Good morning, I am Alexandra Lofermo. I am in the TD session of Wednesday number 132, level B. I make this video to describe an important contract law issue which corresponding to the bonus question number 3. I choose to treat the case Balfour versus Balfour of 1919. This decision affirms that there is a rebuttable presumption against an intention to create legally enforceable agreement when the agreement is domestic in nature. The rebuttable presumption is an assumption made by a court, one that is taken to be true unless someone comes forward to contest it and prove otherwise. Moreover, according to the contract law, there are three essential elements to create a valid contract. The intention to create legal relations is the second element. In fact, a contract has been defined as legally binding promise. And there are two types of agreement. The commercial agreement, in which the presumption is that between commercial parties there is the intention to create legal relations, and in domestic agreement, the presumption is that the parties do not intend to create legal relations. The fact of this case as follows. Mr. Balfour was a civil engineer and worked for the government as the director of irrigation in Ceylon. Mrs. Balfour was living with him. In 1915, they came back to England. Mrs. Balfour got rheumatic arthritis, and her doctor advised her to stay. So Mr. Balfour promised her £30 a month until she came back to Ceylon. They drifted apart, and Mr. Balfour wrote saying it was better that they remain apart. In 1918, Mrs. Balfour sued him to keep up with the monthly £30 payments. In July, she got a decree nisi, and in December, she obtained an order for alimony. At first instance, the judge held that Mr. Balfour was under an obligation to support his wife, so this judge considered that there is enforceable agreement between the two parties, because for this judge the consent of the wife to that arrangement was sufficient to constitute a contract. But the judge of the Court of Appeal reversed this decision and say that there was no enforceable agreement. This judge, Lord Atkins, affirmed that arrangements between wife and husband do not constitute a contract because it is quite common and it is the natural and inevitable result of the relationship of husband and wife. Moreover, there are no contracts because the parties did not intend that they should be attended by legal consequences. At the inception of the arrangement, the parties never intended that they should be sued upon. Agreements such as this are outside the realm of contract enforceable. So the law issue of this case is that there are some types of agreements where the parties do not intend legal consequences.